is Detroit the bet? Whether to cover, over, under, whatever, but is Detroit I would actually bet Detroit to cover for sure if Debo don't go. I know that for sure. If Debo goes, does Detroit have a shot at all?
I mean, what? He got hit on the shoulder real hard last week and couldn't play anymore?
Well, I guess he's had a broken clavicle and he repaired it and had surgery. I don't know, but it's the same shoulder.
Yeah. He's been dealing with a shoulder injury, I think, all year. Yeah.
But he's practicing. He's going to play. He's not going to miss the NFC title game unless his shoulder's falling off, I'm sure. So I wouldn't put too much onus on him not playing. But if he doesn't play, I mean, I might take Detroit if he does. I mean, Detroit's rolling right now, and there's just something about the football team that they just seem like they're kind of a team of destiny. And I feel like the 49ers are a team that's one player away. We talked about Purdy yesterday. Like, they're loaded, and then Brock Purdy. Like, wow, look at how nice this team looks. Who's the quarterback? So I'm not saying the kid can't play. I'm saying the kid is not going to be able to measure up when it comes nut cutting time. And I truly believe that. So I think that Detroit's got an advantage at the quarterback position. I think Detroit has an advantage in the toughness position. And I think that they've got a real opportunity to be, in a real fortuitous spot here to go maybe to the Super Bowl and win a game of San Francisco. So, look, the 49ers, if they lose this game, Kyle Shanahan is going to be real. He's going to get a lot of hate. He's going to get a lot of scrutiny. I'll tell you that shit quick.
Yeah. The Ravens already played Detroit. If Detroit were to win against the Niners, they would play maybe the Ravens or the Chiefs, who they've already played both this year. They beat the Chiefs. They got beat bad by 32 versus this team, Baltimore. So all these teams have a familiarity with themselves. They've all played each other this year. The Niners got beat by 14 by the Ravens. The Lions beat the Chiefs late. And then KC Niners would be another matchup that we could discuss. But here's my point to the Lions having some success this week versus the 49ers, in my opinion, Matt. The Lions are coming into this game with the third-ranked rushing defense in football. And I believe they're going to give the Niners fits in the run game. And I want to see Purdy be a game changer when needed, when the run game is shut down by Detroit. Can he dissect that secondary in Detroit, which a lot of people have done, and throw dig route, dagger route, post route, which 49ers love to throw, which Purdy throws well? Can he do that consistently in the biggest game of his life against a team that shuts the run down? I guess is my question to you, because I want to see him take on that burden on his shoulders and show me that Purdy is a guy worth paying. And I don't know if we're going to see that.
And that's the thing is, can Purdy win them the game rather than just manage it? And I feel like last week he managed the victory, whereas this week, if he's going to win, he might have to take them to victory. Like, that's the thing with Purdy that I'm waiting to see is if Detroit can shut down, say they shut down Debo and double team the shit out of him and then shut down Christian at the line of scrimmage, which would be a monumental feat. Well, you still have to deal with Kittle and Ayuk and all these other cats. If they find a way to do that, and Purdy's got to sit back there and just deal rather than use the framework of the offense to get his guys in position to deal, I don't know if he can do it, man. And if he can, then I'll eat crow. And if he can't, then I will feel vindicated, I guess.
Yeah, I agree. If the game is going to be all the way in Brock Purdy's hands, I think they lose. But I guess my opinion on this is I don't think it will turn out to be that way. I just think we're asking the Detroit Lions defense to do a lot. And I mean, CMC, Kittle, Debo, Ayuk, the Shanahan system, just a lot for them to handle all at once. And it's in San Fran. It's just a lot that they're gonna have to deal with. But like you said, if they find a way to shut all that down, then I think Detroit wins, because Brock Purdy's not that guy that you can just count on to wheel and deal the entire game and to win the game. Now, to his credit, last week he did on the last drive or whatever, he did lead them down the field and to win that game. But the same time, I could argue he's the reason why they were even in the position to possibly lose, because he had such a terrible game up until that point. So, it's going to be an interesting game. I do agree with you, Matt. I give Jared Goff the edge in like the quarterback, position. A lot of people don't give Jared Goff the credit, and I get it. He's been inconsistent, but the guy this isn't his first rodeo. He's been to the Super Bowl already. Let's make that clear. He's been in big time championship games before. So I think, he'll be ready. The Detroit's going to be excited. They're going to be fiery. You've mentioned that toughness they have. They really play with that grit that the city of Detroit just naturally has. The Niners obviously physical as well. A lot of cats on that defense. I feel like their defense has been a little off the last few weeks for whatever reason. But when Niners play their best football, that defense with Fred Warner and Greenlaw and those cats, they can be relentless as well. So I'm expecting a good game, man. I'm going with the Niners at home because I just think they're the more experienced team. I think top to bottom, they're the better team. Offenses are very comparable. I think defensively, though, all around, I think the Niners are just better, especially in that secondary. The Lions secondary scares me. That's the area that kind of makes me a little nervous about them. But we'll see. I'm expecting to see a really good game, though, guys.